Welcome back. If you're here, you likely want to really get how investment deals are put together, especially those tricky terms, pre-money and post-money valuation.
Yeah, they sound similar, but they mean quite different things. And getting them wrong, well, it matters a lot.
It really does. It's fundamental stuff. And for today's chat, we're really digging into one specific chapter covering this pre-post money valuations from Magnus Kjøller's book, Deal Structuring.
That's right. It lays it out very clearly.
So our mission today is pretty straightforward. Let's break down these two valuation types and really hammer home why they're so critical when you're talking about investment rounds.
Okay, sounds good. Where should we start? Pre-money.
Yeah, let's start there. The value before any new money lands in the company bank account. The pre-money valuation.
Exactly. So Kjøller defines pre-money valuation as basically the agreed-upon value of a company right before an external investment comes in. Think of it like the price tag on the business just before the deal closes.
Okay, the price tag before the new cash.
Huh.
And this number isn't just theoretical, is it? It has a direct impact on ownership.
Oh, absolutely. It's the key number used to figure out how much equity, what percentage of the company the new investors get for their money.
Right.
Kjøller gives a good example. Say someone invests $100,000
Okay.
and the company has a $500,000 pre-money valuation. That $500 K is what the company was deemed worth before that 100 grand arrived.
Got it. $100 K injection, $500K value beforehand.
Wow.
So what happens next after the money's in? That brings us to the post-money side of things, yeah.
Precisely. The post-money valuation is, well, it's the company's value immediately after that investment is completed.
And calculating it seems pretty logical.
It is, actually. It's just the pre-money valuation plus the amount of the new investment. Nice and simple.
So using that same example, $500,000 pre-money plus the $100,000 investment, that gives us a $600,000 post-money valuation.
Correct. $600,000 is the new total value.
Okay, that seems clear enough. But, oh, here's where Kjøller points out, it can get a bit messy. People mix these up.
They really do. It's a surprisingly common point of confusion. And unfortunately, sometimes that confusion can be, let's say, used to someone's advantage.
How so? Like, how does mixing them up change the outcome?
Well, think about the ownership percentage again. Using Kjøller's numbers, invest $100,000 at that $500,000 pre-money valuation.
Right.
Your ownership is calculated on the post-money value. So it's your $100,000 divided by the total $600,000, $500K pre plus $100 K cash. That works out to about 16.6% ownership.
Okay, 16.6%. Makes sense. Now,
Yeah.
what happens if the term sheet or the conversation just said $500,000 valuation, but maybe implied it was post-money?
No, that's a different calculation entirely. If the $500,000 figure was actually the post-money valuation after your $100,000 went in.
Then the starting value, the pre-money, must have been lower.
Exactly. The pre-money would have had to be $400,000 because $400,000 pre-money plus your $100,000 investment equals that $500,000 post-money figure.
Right.
So in that scenario, your $100,000 investment divided by the $500,000 post-money valuation gives you 20% ownership.
Wow. Okay. That's not a small difference. 16.6% versus 20%, just based on whether the $500 K number meant before or after the cash.
It's a significant jump, an extra 3.4% of the company. It really highlights why you absolutely have to be crystal clear on which definition is being used.
Yeah, no kidding. Precision in language is key here.
Totally. And this is why, as Kjøller emphasizes, context is everything. You need to know what number you're actually discussing.
So even though he mentions that, typically capital raises are based on pre-money,
Right, that's the usual way.
you can't just assume that's the case. It could be a costly assumption.
Definitely. The advice is always ask for explicit clarification. Is this figure pre-money or post-money? Leave zero ambiguity.
Get it in writing, probably.
Ideally, yes. Now, it's also worth mentioning that Kjøller points out a situation where this pre- and post-money distinction isn't really the main focus.
Oh, when's that?
When you're not investing new money into the company, but instead buying shares directly from someone who already owns them, an existing shareholder.
Ah, okay, like a secondary sale. Yeah, that makes sense. The company is getting any new capital.
Exactly. It's just a transfer of ownership between two parties. So in that case, you're just talking about the valuation for those specific shares being sold. It's more like pricing any asset.
Less about setting the value for a new investment round and more about agreeing on a price for existing stock.
Precisely. The pre-post money framework doesn't apply in the same way there because the company's cash position isn't changing.
Okay, good distinction to make. So let's quickly recap the core ideas from this chapter then. Pre-money, value before the investment. Post-money,
Mm.
value after the investment lands.
Yep. And post-money equals pre-money plus the investment amount. Simple math.
But the absolute crucial bit is knowing which valuation, pre or post, is the one being used to calculate the new investor's ownership percentage.
Mhm.
Because as we saw, it makes a real difference.
A potentially big difference. And Keeler really stresses that clarity here is just, well, it's non-negotiable in any serious investment talk. Everyone needs to be on the same page from the word go. Avoids major headaches later.
Absolutely. Sound advice. Now, if listeners want to explore this, and frankly, a lot more on structuring deals effectively, Magnus Kjøller's book, Deal Structuring, comes highly recommended.
It really does. It's getting fantastic reviews, seems to be picking up a lot of traction. You can easily find it on Amazon.
Good stuff. And there's also a website companion, right?
Yeah, for more tools, templates, resources related to all this, check out dealstructuring.com. Worth a visit.
Excellent. Okay, so to leave everyone with something to think about, consider this. How could really nailing down your understanding and your communication around pre versus post-money valuation change your future negotiations? Could it protect your stake better or maybe even lead to smoother, more transparent deals overall?
Definitely something worth mulling over. Being precise really matters in this world.